Today on Leaders in Coffee, presented by Bachour, we sit down with University of Miami President Julio Frenk. Mr. President, thank you so very much for joining us for Leaders in Coffee, presented by Bachour. You've now been in the University of Miami for 4 years. What brought you to the University of Miami? What attracted you to Coral Gables and the University of Miami?
Well, I was serving as the Dean of the Harvard School of Public Health in Boston when I got the call from the search agency, the search consultants that were helping the university with the search for the new president, and inviting me to come for an interview. And, first impressions matter a lot. It was January of 2015. I had left a horrific winter in Boston, and I came to this amazing weather. Then I saw the campus, which I had visited many years ago, and I was just blown away. But then the most important thing was my interview with the search committee, which was mostly trustees, a student, some faculty members, but mostly trustees. And two things really stood up. First of all, there was a palpable feeling of a university that was on an upward trajectory and wanted to continue to climb to newer heights. The second thing was the very explicit point that the trustees made about the need to take advantage of the strategic value of the location of the university in this city of Coral Gables and in South Florida, and how being located at the crossroads of the Americas gave the university a very distinctive competitive advantage in the very large field of higher education in the United States. And those two elements really were very persuasive. And in addition, I was very interested in the future of universities, in the education revolution that we're living through. So in the end, I figured that combination of my own interest in higher education, plus the very clear strategic direction that the trustees wanted to give the university, and that sense of an institution that is willing to take smart, informed risks to get to the next level of excellence, those were the factors that became very attractive for me to accept the position.
How have the challenges changed in the last 4 years for the University of Miami?
Well, higher education is going through a number of very important disruptions and challenges. At the same time, we're at a period of time of unprecedented opportunity. So it's a little bit of a apparent contradiction. A lot of challenges, but also unprecedented opportunities. If you look, we have three missions. We do education, we do research, because we're a research university, and we do healthcare. We have a large academic health system called UHealth. All of those are being challenged. In education, the big challenge is the question of access and affordability. It comes at a time of incredible opportunity when we know that education continues to be the most legitimate vehicle for upward social mobility. For people wanting to better their own condition, a degree does make a huge difference. We also have new technologies, new insights into how to teach. The excellence of education is on the rise through innovation. But excellence without access creates a lot of frustration. So making sure that we assure that access, that higher education is affordable, so that people who have the capacity to benefit from a selective institutions, educational programs like the University of Miami's, that is the biggest challenge. As I say, it comes with the opportunity of really unprecedented technological advances in the way we deliver education. For research, the big challenge is that federal funding for research has been stagnant. At a time when the potential for research is huge, I mean, look at the life sciences or the field of information and big data, just enormous opportunities. But we need to make sure that basic research continues to be supported, because it's basic research that then leads to all the applications that make everybody's life better. And then healthcare, It's going through a lot of disruption. Cost continues to be an issue. Access continues to be an issue. And again, the opportunities there for extending not just the quantity but the quality of life are without precedent. So our main focus is to make sure we meet those challenges and we take full advantage of the opportunities so that we can drive the university forward.
This is one of the oldest institutions in the city of Coral Gables. It was part of the vision of George Merrick back in 1925. In fact, I was just at the museum and saw where they have images of the groundbreaking for the University of Miami. How important is the partnership with the city of Coral Gables for the university?
It's the closest partnership we have. It is there at the origin. George Merrick and the other founders of Coral Gables had this amazing vision. I mean, this is 1925. They're developing a new city. It's the beginning of the 20th century, and there's this whole discussion about how a modern 20th century city has to have a university, has to be deeply involved in the creation of knowledge and the dissemination of knowledge. You know, it's become fashionable to talk about the knowledge economy. But think about 1929. Most of the advances we now take for granted in the 21st century had not yet come about. In medicine, in transportation, in telecommunications.
Urban planning.
In urban planning. And so Merrick and the other developers, first of all, talking about planning, they create the first planned residential area in the United States. And then part of that vision of a modern, vibrant 20th century city is it's got to have a university. So they, in the plans for Coral Gables, give the campus that we're still on to the University of Miami. And that partnership comes. We were born exactly on the same year, 1925. That means, both the city and the university will celebrate their centennial. It's just now 5 years away. 2020 is the 95th birthday of both the city and the university. So it's been a symbiotic relationship. We benefit a lot from being in such a beautiful place that has that ethos of improving quality of life for its residents, that has the vibrancy of a clear vision of economic activity and well-being for its residents. And I think the city benefits from the presence of a major university in its midst.
Tune in next time for part 2 of this Leaders in Coffee presented by Bachour.